Story 1. I got groped by a girl and it wasn't taken seriously. I want to tell my story just because I want it. Lift it off my chest and open a little up, but anonymously, I think. But to you, by the way, I don't know if I could call it harassment, but to you, I'm a girl. Let's call this girl Anne. In 6th grade, I was friends with a group of girls and I found out one of my friends was touched on her knee by Anne. I kept telling her to tell the teacher, but she didn't. So I did it and told her about this. Anne was also known to be violent and would scratch you with her sharp nails, and they were quite disgusting. She touched my friend inappropriately, but the teachers didn't do anything. They only talked to her about it and made her say sorry. But my teachers went to me, then they said I'm the cutest and nicest girl. Bro, stupid exudes. Also the fact she just had touched my friend and would abuse us with her disgusting nails. They said she doesn't have any more friends and that I should be with her so she's not alone. And I was the only one who was nice. She also wants to masturbate, touch herself at school. And my friend Livia, fake name, told me that when Anne was at a sleepover with her, they were just lying there sleeping when she could feel that Anne started shaking the mattress and moaning while masturbating in the same bed as my friend who was sleeping. There was a time when I was with her and my friend. We were sitting in the grass when she did something disgusting. She started talking about an anime called Yarachin Bitch Club, and my friend didn't know what it's about, so Anne wanted to show her forced before telling her. She came close to my friend from behind, and she grabbed her. My friend was a little scared because she didn't like Anne that much. But then Anne licked my friend's ear and neck, and my friend was disgusted and scared. She was just about to do it to me, but I pushed her away. There was also another time when my friend said she was afraid of sex, and she will never have children. So Anne said, no, don't be afraid. There will come a day when I will chain you up and stick a dildo up in you. It's effing disgusting that a 12-year-old girl says this to someone who is 11, and I was only 13 at the time. When I started in the 7th grade, I was put in a class with Anne, and I only had her, who I know the most in the class, so I was with her, but for some time she would touch my thigh, or if I stood by my locker, she would come behind me and grab my waist. And I'm pretty sensitive, and I'd jump if someone would grab me there, so it was pretty uncomfortable for me. When we were going to a school camp trip, we were in some huts. When I was sitting on the grass, I laid my head on Anne's lap. So I just lay like a friend would normally. And she said, I could, but bro, that bitch started groping my breasts, literally gripping them and groping over my clothes. Of course, still doesn't make it any better. And I moved her hands, but she didn't stop. So I got off her, told her it wasn't okay, while she was still smiling, and walked away. When we had sports day with all different schools, I went along for the first time in a long time because I always want to skip sports days of course. But yes, Anne was also there and some other friends of mine. Anne told my friends about how she lost her virginity to her boyfriend. She was only 13. And it was quite disgusting. She is young and she did without a condom because her boyfriend wanted to try without. But anyways, I got a piggyback ride from one of my besties. That means she took me up on her back, and Anne came behind me and started groping my ass, so just touch it. I went down quickly and went far away to my other friends and told the whole thing, and I was so upset. After that, I had enough because I always told her to stop and that I didn't like it, but that bitch never stops and she already got a warning. I told my teacher that I am touched sexually, and the teacher was in shock and said, was it an older guy? And I said no, it was a girl called Anne, fake name. And yes, she was a year younger than me or two. And then the teacher looked at me in relief and said, you don't think she meant it in a friendly way? Girl, no, because I tell her to stop, and she has done it before. Not only to 2 girls, but I think 4 girls. Anne is also bisexual, and my teacher just talked to her, and Anne was completely normal about it. And she didn't even say sorry, even though it wouldn't be enough. Now in 9th grade, I am 16. I am in a new class, not with Anne. I went outside and saw my bestie, and she asked if I was busy today, Friday, and I said yes, I'm going to sleep over with my 3 friends. I said their names. Then Anne came out of nowhere and said, wait, is Livia there too? She is one of the girls, but fake name for safety, and I said yes, don't know why. I answered her, and Livia, she is the girl who saw Anne masturbate in the sleepover, so they were no longer friends. And then Anne said no, I miss Livia. I hope she is well, and she has lost a lot of weight. It looks good on her. And I said, how do you know? Then she said, I stalk her mother on Instagram, and don't ask why. EWW, leave Livia alone, please. But yeah, just wanted to tell my story, and I don't know what I should have done, or if I'm taking this situation too seriously. Just opening up anonymously, and I just don't want more girls to go through this. Thank you for reading. If you have anything to ask or say, please do comment. Story 2, am I the a-hole for being shocked and hurt after my girlfriend broke up with me because I ate a donut and failed 75 hard? Hey Reddit, I'm in a state of complete confusion and devastation right now and really need your help. I, 27M, have been dating my girlfriend Layla, 24F, for a year. She's obsessed with fitness. Her diet is so extreme that her body fat is practically non-existent, only 9. And she's developed what I can only describe as orthorexic tendencies, obsessed with cleanliness and perfection in every aspect of her life. Yes, she looks healthy since she has visible muscles, but her hair is falling out, she has very low sex drive and energy, and her blood work always shows multiple vitamin deficiencies. I've pointed out that what she's doing is unhealthy and extreme, but she got super mad, yelled that I'm encouraging gluttony and hedonism. She's usually a really calm person, but food seems to make her unreasonably angry. I'm a casual gym goer as well, and I try to just eat healthy and work out with rest days, unlike her. I weigh a healthy weight, have decent amount of strength, and I'm fine with that. She seems to get really upset with me when I miss a day at the gym though. Recently, she saw this trend of people doing 75 hard on TikTok and told me that we should do it together. It seemed like a fun challenge, so I agreed, but I wasn't too keen on necessarily finishing it. I just wanted to try the lifestyle out. Last week, after a particularly stressful day at work, I decided to indulge in a donut. It was a small treat, and I knew it wasn't in line with Layla's program, but it felt like a minor concession given how much stress I'd been under. But suddenly, she walked into the room and saw me eating the donut. She was beyond furious, saying that my lack of discipline was an outright betrayal of her commitment. She accused me of being disrespectful and selfish, claiming that my failure was utterly pathetic, calling me weak and pitiful. Layla's anger was explosive and aggressive. She yelled at me, saying things like, "You're so weak, you're bringing me down, or I'm disgusted with you. How could you do this to me? Or to yourself?" The argument escalated quickly. She accused me of not being worthy of her dedication to fitness and said I was clearly not committed to a healthy lifestyle. She told me that if I couldn't follow her standards, she couldn't be with me. The breakup was dramatic and chaotic, with her slamming doors and storming off while shouting about how I disgusted her with my lack of willpower. I've never been this ashamed of eating something. I'm feeling crushed. I didn't think that eating a single donut would lead to such a dramatic end, and her extreme reaction and aggressive behavior have left me questioning if I was really in the wrong. Am I just lazy, hedonistic, and undeserving like she said? Update. Her only friend just called me from a hospital. Me and her haven't spoken since she left, and turns out she stopped eating and started excessive daily runs. The friend told me that she ran 40 miles and had a heart attack. He called because he thought that she seemed really stressed over the breakup, and I think I'm gonna visit her now. Should I? I'm just concerned for her, but also can't take her back if she continues to indulge in this unhealthy behavior. Update 2, I visited her and we had a long talk. She apologized to me over and over again and cried, saying that she didn't mean to hurt me and was just looking out for me. For the first time ever, she opened up to me about her issues. She said that she ate this way and worked out this much because it gave her a sense of control. She also felt like if she rejected hedonism, she considers eating hedonistic, the universe would reward her and things would be okay. On the flip side, if she ate more, the universe would punish her and something bad would happen. I found this concept really strange, but as many of you said, she does have an eating disorder, so I wouldn't get it. Layla also confessed that she was actually diagnosed with anorexia as a preteen. Her parents divorced, and she was left with her father, who had a really bad binge eating problem, apparently. He became almost immobile from weight gain, and at a young age, Layla had to take up a lot of responsibilities. She was bullied at school and would come back to her father binging, the entire house filled with food wrappers and dishes piled up in the sink. She said that the fact that food did this to her father made her despise it to the point where she stopped eating. She even tried putting her dad on diets, but he would get hangry at first and binge after. She said that she felt hopeless. When her dad died, it became even worse. She told me more about her only friend too. Apparently, they met on an anorexia forum somewhere around this time. After she got hospitalized, she was forced to gain weight, but mentally, she never recovered. So, her and her friend decided to get into fitness and cope this way. They both thought that they could just eat enough to live and go on with life, but it got out of control, as you see. Layla's not doing good, obviously, but neither is her friend. He is severely underweight again and struggling. So now, she told me that she decided to try recovery again, except consult a professional this time. Her friend is planning on recovery too, so maybe that'll help her a bit. We decided to get back together now, and I'll try to help her through this.